Closing my eyes, bracing myself, and starting to feel like somebody else. And I'm not afraid of drowning. I'm so happy you found me. Pull me under, feel the thunder. Pull me under, pull me underneath the covers. I'm so happy you found me. Pull me under, feel the thunder. Pull me under, covers. I'm so happy you found me. Feels like we're breaking through the ceiling. Upside down, you got me reeling. Yeah, I feel dizzy every time you kiss me. I hold my breath, fighting this tension. What's in my chest? I'm closing my eyes, bracing myself. I'm starting to feel like somebody else. And I'm not afraid of drowning. I'm so happy you found me. Pull me under, feel the thunder. Pull me under, pull me underneath the covers. I'm so happy you found me. Pull me under, feel the thunder. Pull me under, covers. I'm so happy you found me.
Yo, what is up? Today we're going to be looking at a couple of videos. What's up, what's up? Doing frame by frame. I got two submissions that I kind of wanted to go over. We got Psych and we have Ripple Effect. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and look at that first one. Psych. Let's load this shit up. For frame by frame. Love it. Length 222. Display emotion felt by the song through the light show while also not taking away from making it a solid show. Wait, display display emotion felt by the song through the light show while also not taking away from making it a solid show. I'm not sure what that means. Musicality, pacing, theatrics. Okay, we're going to focus on musicality, pacing, and theatrics. I feel like there's a good amount of wasted movement. Times where I move my fingers for seemingly no reason. Interesting. Yo, what's up, Lotus? Hello, hello, hello. I remember seeing this thumbnail on Geo. I was like, wow, that's a beautiful thumbnail. I must say so myself. For Sykes video. It's like this is one of the tricks, in my opinion. If you got like a nice thumbnail like this in the Glover's Lounge, I'm probably gonna click it. So thumbnail meta on point. All right. Just put out my pen. Control G there. Yep, great. All right. Let's go ahead and watch this show.
I'm looking for signs, sometimes they're hiding from me.
Ooh, little shakes there.
Oh, baby,
Oh.
I don't wanna see that it's as clear as crystal that I keep escaping. I'm not willing to fake it.
What up?
I'm looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm looking
Such an interesting execution.
in their faces.
I kind of like it.
I'm looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm looking for your reflection in their faces.
I love the level of connectivity within this show. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm looking for highs inside and all around me, in places I don't yet belong.
I like that pop up there in the back. Ooh, here we go.
Now I know this is just the beginning.
Yo, that was super interesting. I'm gonna have to think about this one. Because in the submission, Syke says he feels like there's a good amount of wasted movement. And it's very interesting because I almost feel like there was a lot of high value stuff. There was a lot of high value connections. In fact, I feel like almost all of the actual content in the show were high value. Because he kept his connections throughout the entirety of the show. There were no fillers, realistically. There was really no, like, transitional breaks. The whole thing was a segment. And that within itself could be why that there may have felt like there was wasted movement. Because even though the connections were of high value, the movements in correspondence to the music weren't really high value. You know what I'm trying to say? It was like he had the moves, but the energy with the song wasn't quite fitting. Even though the ability to just do your sequences in this long string is very high value. You have to be able to do that if you want to get to a higher level, essentially. But the way that he did it, I don't think was high value. And quite frankly, there wasn't a lot of emotions displayed because a lot of it was staccato and a lot of it felt lifeless in my eyes, in my opinion, right? Because I mean, let's take a look at it again. Like, there's a lot of, like... Okay, for one, right? A big part of what makes moves, like, feel, like... I don't know. To make it feel more felt, like, more feeling. Look at his body, okay? His body's pretty stiff. Like, his body's not really moving around a lot. Like, it's more of his hands, right? Like, here we have, like, this build-up. And then it's like very like reserved. I think that there's a part of this show where that reserved feeling actually matches, but I kind of want to see him do a little bit more movement, a little bit less reserved, right? Or at least where he does his secondaries, because he's doing his secondaries and not on these snares, like boom, boom, bap, boom, bap. Boom, boom, bap, boom, right? But he's kind of just in that, like, he's kind of just like that in that slow flow. He's not boom, bap, boom, boom, bap, right? A little bit more aggressive hits to get that feeling. Like it has to deal with speed control. Like, you have to show a level of speed control if you want the audience to feel something, whether that be through floating, right? Or whether that be through harder hits. But because his movements and his speed are very consistent, you don't get that. You don't get that, oh, I felt that within the show, right? Should feel more impactful. Yeah, just a little bit, you know? I'm not saying to go all out with this song, but just a little bit. Boom, bap, boom, boom, bap, bap, right? I mean, it's pretty good though. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the best case of let's say feeling musicality. For one, the song isn't really that much feely. I think Scott did a really good job, honestly. It's just, I'm looking for a little bit more. Just putting a little bit more energy in there. Okay, I have to understand. Okay, display emotion felt by the song through the light show while also not taking away from making it a solid show. Musicality, pacing. Okay, yeah, so just speaking specifically on musicality and theatrics. It's very odd because, like, he says that he feels like there's a good amount of wasted movement, but then, like, the musicality and the theatrics weren't. I don't know. I feel like there wasn't really a lot of theatrics. It's clear as fuck, but I agree with you. Not much separation from build up to drop. Yeah, right. Like, if you just look at the entire thing, I'm just gonna speed this up. There's not a lot of breaks, right? So here we're in a constant. I mean, like let's look at it. Like, we're in this constant tech sequence, right? We will like double time, triple time, double time that. I mean, there's a break there. But, like, look, his body is too stiff. Like, if I want to feel something, like, even coming closer, you can make your audience feel something when you're closer. But we're stuck here, right? Part of light shows is to be interactive. Like, if you want someone to feel something, you gotta get closer, right? Like, we're in this it's perfect box here. And that's it, right? It's playing with the peripherals. And I think this is something that, you know, not a lot of people talk about in gloving. Is like what makes like a show interactive, right? There's a couple things that make a show interactive, right? Obviously depth is one of them, right? Like if I'm just here the whole time and I'm just doing my connections, right? But then like if I'm like doing my connections and I'm like there and I'm like there, like here, look at these guys. Look at those guys, right? Or like playing with the peripherals. Like peripheral play is something that a lot of OGs did, whether or not they're cognizant of it. That's literally what they did. Where like they come to the side and they I had an OG. He went by Jester in Hawaii, not Jester. He is the leader of Soon, for those of you who don't know. But he would have this move, right, where he was like, boom, very OG move, right? And then he would bounce it back and forth, utilizing your peripherals. Peripheral play. It makes the show interactive. It makes it more playful. And things with like depth perception. If I'm like here and I'm here, utilizing that cause and effect, right? It's playing with the audience's attention. And how do you do that? With speeds and space, right? It's harder to do that with just longer strings of tech, right? Unless your tech is like, you do it like a magician, right? Where it's like, oh, and that utilizes facial expressions, like, boom, right? And, I'm gonna take it out, and then, bah, take it out. And, you know, McKinley does this really well, Starstream Tut, right? Or just Starstream, not rather. But there's a lot more that needs to go on in order for theatrics to be like a main part of the show. Like, what is theatrics? It's body movements, facial expressions, it's speeds, it's different speeds, it's playing, right? It's the loss of information. Those type of things that don't really get talked about in gloving, because then we're all stuck in doing sequences. But how close are we talking? Yeah, we talking close. Like, touch your lens close. Touch the lens, guys. Don't be afraid to touch the lens, all right? Yeah, like sequences like this, I really enjoyed this sequence in particular. Oh, this is kind of too fast for me. Like that, things like that. Like if we could build on that flip on the platform, which by the way, Scott, your platforming is incredible this show, I must say. But it's playing with that space with it. I thought this was like probably the highlight for me. No, this part here. You see how you're rotating with that backhand? It's like we're doing something like this, right? But it's like, okay, but if it's like down and down, it's like a revolving door, or if it's just going down, right? I think being more, how do you say? Selling more or committing more to a certain direction is very playful. Because like as Glovers, we're kind of, majority of us are doing this orbital grid, right? We're going around in a circle, we're going back and forth, that like committing to something that's just like this for an extended period of time can sometimes be scary, but I'm gonna say just do it. Just play around with it. I have this elevator concept. I don't do it much anymore, but it's a concept that I would typically do in real life more often, is where like I would like draw a grid path just like that, and then I would like just start doing connections going downwards in that same kind of path that I had done. That's super playful. That's very theatrical, right? So it's like almost kind of like miming in a sense, but more techie. And then so with that concept, that's something we could have definitely done, is just kept doing like an elevator. Keep going down. Keep going down. You have all this space here. You have all this space here. Go down. Go back up, right? But we're kind of in this mechanicalness, which are not bad by any means. It's just how you do it. When it comes to theatrics, it's about how you do it, not what you're doing. Not the tech you're doing, especially. But as far as musicality goes, like I think that he's hitting like a lot of the beats. I think he's hitting it, but he's not necessarily visually representing it. You know, he's moving to these hits, But like in my eyes, the sounds don't match the moves. Could move your hands to the side of their head and hit the peripherals. Speaking as a dinosaur, absolutely. I literally touched my lens in a show recently and freaked in that moment, but watched it back and it paid off. Yeah, sometimes it's those moments too where it's like, wow, that was actually pretty freaking cool. Let's listen to this. Like, when I hear this intro, it feels very dull, right? There's like an elongated sound there, right? So it's like I'm looking for those longer movements here. And he kinda has it! It's just a little bit more, could be a little bit longer. I like, see, he has like a little bit of a resistance, but like, yeah, like what Scott needs to do here, in my opinion, is okay. Right, so we're in the intro. We're not even doing much here. I'm just like doing a really bad example, but building suspense. Right, it's those pauses. We need those pauses, those playful pauses as a setup, and then hit, right? It's just a case of secondary movement. It's a case of putting your secondary movements in the right spots, I think, Scott. But that's pretty much it. I think it's a lot of primary and a lot of safe secondaries. It's a lot of primaries and a lot of safe secondaries. If you're a little bit more aggressive with the secondaries, we're golden, I think. And just more spatial usage. But I forgot to mention, something I'm going to be doing this stream is doing a radar chart. And if you don't know what a radar chart is, it's basically like your attributes, like if you're in a video game, if you're just the little star thing that they made. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Okay. This is a website that I use. So execution. There are a couple logistical issues, logic errors that I saw periodically throughout the show. Like right here, like this moment here, there's a lot going on, right? Like we have this form here, and like the logic sometimes just kind of falls apart. Or like there's something about it, like right here, like this might be a perfect example actually. So like, is the placement on the side of his hands here? Because like, if we're gonna go that way, it's just odd. Oh, okay, it's in the back, but then this is isolating that way. But I don't know, it's like floating too. So it's like, it's very, very small instances when this happened. Or like, I want to see cleaner lines, I guess. Like, the forms are nice though, you know? The forms are nice. Like right there, there's a prime example. Look at that. Look at that one. This is weird. I mean, like, it works, I guess. But like, is that what he meant? Or is this like, finger supposed to be like here? You know what I mean? So like, he did a pretty good job, but he didn't do a perfect job. The color set is nice, I agree. Freaking duels, man. Freaking great. I'm gonna have to give Scott like a I don't know. Like that's clean. Ah, yeah, ah. Ugh. It's pretty good. I'm gonna give him a 7. I'm gonna have to give Scott a 7 there. Complexity? Hmm. Complexity is tough. I don't think he really did anything too complex. I mean, like, okay, stringing combos this long is pretty complex, I must say. But there is a loss of hard connections. A lot of it is air tracing, and that kind of, air tracing doesn't really test your, it tests your grid work a little bit, but it doesn't really test like your discipline. And there's a lot of air tracing involved. Like, he'll get into complex forms, but he won't hard connect, and I'm looking for hard connections. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give him like a 7 as well. Musicality, I thought was probably the harder aspect of it. I would probably give a 5 because there was no. It was just a long string. There were barely any breaks. He had some instances though. Storytelling, storytelling is kind of like a byproduct from musicality as well. Because it was all like one whole string. I mean, he had like a. Oh, see, yeah, no, it's very poor. Shaky beginning. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give like a 4. Showmanship, yeah, it's just. If there were any level of showmanship, it would be okay. That's like looking through the window type deal. I'm looking for like his movement. You can showcase like your showmanship through like the speed in your movement. But is it matching to the song? I don't know. There's not a lot. I would probably give that a 4 as well. Use of space, I would give that like See, he'll use space within his technical forms pretty well. He does this depth perception thing with the platforms pretty well, but he's not utilizing the sides of the camera. He's not utilizing the 5 levels of depth, which is behind you, in front of you, the mid, with your body, behind the camera, or touching the camera. There's not a lot of that. It's just within his body, so it's like, and within the hands closely in relation. So, I mean, how much can I really give him for use of space? It'll probably be a 3. And then speed control, it was very safe, and there was a little bit of shakiness. Like even there, I could see the shakiness there. His speed control is pretty consistent. It's not the best, it's not the great, it's not the worst either. Yeah, I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 5 there. Yeah, and then we're gonna have hell yeah. Okay, how do I make it? Oh, here we go. And that's what his score looks like. It's like all of his attributes are the complexity and execution. Yeah. Yeah, so you could definitely work on this bottom area here. For sure. Super sick though. Super sick. I think once he's like being more active with the camera and putting some energy in you know, really structuring the show, then oh man, it's gonna be super great, super great. All right, yeah, I think we're gonna move on to the next show. Got Ripple Effect. All right, Corey. Next time you submit, you gotta follow the rules, bro. You gotta follow the rules. I'm gonna let it slide because it's been a while, but we have to look at the submission example, just like how here. Anyway, my ultimate goal is to place in a competition, not just submit. I would like to send feedback. On what I should work on for that to happen. I know my stuff needs some cleaning up, but it takes me a little bit longer than most to get to that level because I have to work a little bit harder at it from my TBI. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, let's go ahead and watch. I love Corey's music choice in all these submissions.
Used to wanna be a superhero, flying around with a cape, catching bad guys. Now my head underwater, but I ain't in the shower and I ain't getting baptized. To the good and the bad times, all the cuts, broken bones, and the black eyes. Young motherfucker with a mad mind, made a couple million off of rap lines. Y'all can't tell me nothing no more. Came from the basement under that floor.
A lot of sporadic lines
you don't need to know
for a little bit.
You don't need to know how I go, cause you know what you want. All I wanna do is the most. Backflip off the rope, skyhook when I'm in the post. You're my girl, too clutch to choke. And I ain't calling it quits. You can build a wall with your bricks. Well, I keep talking that shit. It's like this. Liquor still in my cup. Get faded when I wake up. Cause everything is too much.
I love these, whatever gloves he's using. Circles need to be a little bit wider here. Yeah, it needs to be way wider.
Let it run.
Angles need a little bit of cleaning up. Couple ducks here. I love the discipline in the movement, though. Hamburger set?
Okay, well, I'ma be here for a while, longer than I did expect to. I was out of town, getting lost till I was rescued. Now I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel. But I never run out of jet fuel. Well, I'ma be here for a while, longer than I did expect.
Gotta work on these cleanliness of these connections with the king tuts here, Corey.
Now I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel. But I never run out of jet fuel. 120 on the car that I don't whip. I don't even put it up the driveway. Throwing up shots like I
No
don't
slip
miss.
up there. Wow,
Put a limit on the high stakes.
Conceptually,
Try to pull my car till I'm go fish.
super cool.
Ain't gonna find a line in my face. I pick it up and let it go quick. They wanna get pussy. Yeah, I don't say nothing that I don't know. Jumping out the womb wearing polo. Everybody wanna jump in, but I'm old school. Lone wolf, take them on solo. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't need nobody. I don't need to be nobody. I'm just doing my thing. Pick it at the crib, I don't see
Love it.
nobody, no. So over there with that bullshit, we don't need it on this side. I'm pulling up in that
Okay,
new shit.
little bit of
You
flow.
always whipping that dick ride. I demand your respect. I won't share my connect. No, let's get this clear. I am here. I don't care who got next. Young vet, feeling like they forget. I let it slide. This time, like 25 years I've been high.
Alright, a
and
little
no
bit of
less
pinching,
stress. Shit, I
little
know
thread.
I don't guess.
Ish
Gotta go, I
action.
won't stress. Better say that shit with your chest. Okay, well, I'ma be here for a while.
I get what he's trying to do.
I didn't expect
Execution could
I was
use a
out
little
of
work there.
town, getting
Whoa.
lost till I was rescued.
Whoa.
Now I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel.
Yeah, almost there.
But I never run out of
Not
jet
quite the
fuel.
best execution in those
I'ma
yet.
be here for a while, longer more than I did expect to. I was out of town, getting lost till I was rescued. Now I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel. But I never run out of jet fuel.
Dude, freaking Corey, man, it's crazy to think how much he's improved over these this last year. I will say, I think the biggest thing that you need to work on is your speed. I think that not only speed, but like speed and structure. Because right now I'm getting the sense of, okay, let me show you this move, and then let me just show you this next move, and then let me show you this next food move. It's not like an actual, it doesn't feel like an actual, like there's any structure to the show. And I think specifically for your shows, Corey, a lot of it has to do with speed. Because you're in this like I'm gonna do this move, and then like you're kind of just slowly moving, that it feels more like how do you say it? How do I even explain this? Imagine you're in Don Quixote, okay? Or like you're at a swap meet, and then like you're like looking at all the stores, you're like walking down, and like you're like looking at the store like, oh shit, that store's selling that stuff. And then okay, and you're at another tent, and you're like, whoa, like that store's selling that stuff. So there's like a bunch of different stuffs. You know what I mean? There's like a bunch of different things going on, but it's like its own theme within each segment. Each part feels like a contrasted segment. And I think that the level of blending, that affects your structure. Because it doesn't feel like a complete show. It feels just like pieces of sequences after the other. You'll have a liquid sequence, and then you'll have a dial sequence, you'll have a cluster sequence. So it's all just sequence. It's not blended together. And part of that is because of the speed with the transitions. Part of that is just structural. So it's like, okay, so how do you fix that, right? You fix that by thinking about it in terms of space and think about it in terms of space and balance. Like your symmetry. Everything is so centered. Everything is so like just here in the middle that you're not really utilizing secondary movement. You're not really like using your space a lot. Everything's just here, right? So it's to be intentful with your movement, right? And I don't mean to sound super cringe, but then like, you know, like the air is your canvas and your lights are paintbrushes, you know? But I think for this show particularly, it's true. It's like utilizing your space, like paint this canvas. You have so much of this space here, Corey. Anything just is here, it's great because you have the moves. Now it's like present them in different ways, right? I think that's gonna help with the overall flow as well. Like when you're doing all, like I'm just gonna do like a little dial, right? But then imagine like you're doing dial, move, dial, move, dial, move, move. Like it makes the show a lot more enjoyable rather than kind of just staying here the whole time. Okay, then like you transition, and then like you do your move again, right? You do your move again in the middle. Be active. Be active. See, so with things with like this finger roll as well, and maybe you might need to change your modes here. It's slow. Like this finger roll is slow that like it could be a lot more cleaner if you're faster. Wow, this is a really nice finger roll. It's like a nice form, but like in the movement, it's not. You see, the movement is very like not clean. The forms are clean, the movement isn't clean. Like, you know? It's great because you have the control. I don't know if this is because of the mode. I guess more implementing more speed. Like, look at that. We have the speed within the finger rolls are kind of PC that like you don't really get that full trail with the circle move here. They go faster. Move in secondary movement faster. Yo, what up, HDM? Like right here, okay, so with these whips in particular, right? It's like fully encompass it. Don't half-ass the whip. Don't half-ass the whip right here. Like go around, right? Because then it looks sloppy. It's not a full rotation. So how does this tie into his goal of placing in a comp, right? So in a comp, let's look at this thing. Ultimate goal is to place in a competition, not just submit. I would like to send feedback on what works. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of it is cleaning up the movements and cleaning up the forms. So in a comp, okay, and this is just general advice for competitions. Unless it's like a very specific competition, you know, like a liquid comp or something like that. In order for you to win comps, you need to be full package. You need to be full package. Yeah, you can have a specialty in doing, like, I don't know, like morphs or whatever. Like, you have like a special, like, maybe you're a cluster guy, right? But that's not it. That's not, you can't just have clusters and then call it a day, like, oh, you have the craziest tech in the world, like, wow. No, you need everything. You need use of space. You need to know how to work the crowd if you're talking about real life competitions, right? You need movement, right? You need, like, speed control. You need you need everything. If you don't have everything, you're probably not gonna win. That's fact. Fact. Like, you need everything, okay? And then, so what does Corey have? What does Corey have? We have, you know, yeah, execution is definitely need to work on the execution because of the speed. The execution is lacking because we're getting caught and we're having hiccups within doing the movements very slowly. And like, I want you to think about this, okay? I just talked about this on a TikTok. Yo, Puppet, I used to buy my gloves at Amazing Lights. Where's your go-to store now? GlowLEDs.com. Even though you can't buy lights yet, we're in beta testing. We're gonna release our lights soon if you want to hold off. But glow-leds.com, code Aloha Nation for 10% off. Anyway, okay. So I want you guys to think about this, okay? I want you to draw like a straight line, okay? Like with your hands. Like right now, take your hands right now. And then, like, imagine you got a straight line and you're going slow, okay? Like that, okay? You're gonna see all these little jitters, right? Like, even me. You're gonna see all these little jitters. And it's not gonna be the cleanest line, right? But if you go faster, that line is cleaner. So that's what's happening with Corey's show. He's moving too slow. We have to implement faster speed, or we need a blinkier set, because I don't think this set is really doing you any favors. You gotta go blinkier, okay? Because we're moving so slow. That's messing with your execution. Interestingly enough, Corey has some good level of complexity. He has some complex concepts, given they're not really executed the best. But with someone who has a TBI, that's quite impressive. That complexity out of all the things is probably the best aspects of his show. Is to be able to do some like high level shit, or you know. He's in the mind of like he loves these technical ability, which is great, right? So that's really interesting. I think what's just holding him back from getting, let's say, like a higher complexity score is because of his execution. Like, I don't know. In my opinion, like if you have a complexity that's really off the charts, but you can't execute it properly, then it doesn't count. Like, you can do the hardest concept in the world, but if you doesn't execute it properly, it doesn't count. Like, does that mean you actually did it? No, it didn't mean that you fucked up. You know? So, conceptually, I can tell Corey's, like, on that path to, like, you know, really complex shows, but the execution doesn't count. Space is also a thing. Okay, yeah. So space, like, very, very here majority of the time. So it's like you don't got the space, right? And then theatrics, right? There's not a level of like, there's not anything that really separates him in terms of like movement, right? It's just moves, and that's the thing. It's like if you think about like all these people who are like winning comps, they have like an aura. I mean, let's take BMO. Let's take BMO for example, right? He won the lab twice. That guy has aura. Just his vibe. Right? What about it? It's his body language. It's the way he looks at the freaking camera lens. It's the way that he bends. He'll commit. He'll make the effort to bend all the way just to hit a tut. Right? He has different. He oozes of aura. Right? You need that. You need that in order to win a competition. Who's the most winning glover right now? Infinite. That guy just oozes. It's just showmanship. It's the way that he starts his show. It's more than just gloving, right? It's your body language. It's your pacing. It's the structure. Like when the song goes hard, you gotta go hard, right? And then so this is, I'm not gonna really blame Corey for this, but it's like the song is it's not a good gloving song. It's a good labbing song, but it's not a good gloving song. Like in terms of competition. The song doesn't really test you. It's very, you know, it's very, I don't know what the right word is. It's very mellow. Like, you won't hear this song in a gloving comp. You know? So, I can't really comment too much on show like that. But, yeah, this is a good labbing music. So, it's not the best representation in order for me to talk about competition light shows. But yeah, that's kind of just my, that's my tip for if you want to win a competition. And that goes for everybody, not just Corey, right? I said this before, but like, tech is a language in comps, right? Musicality is how you do it. Like, you'd need tech if you're trying to win a comp. If you just got flow moves like whips and like flails or in liquid, like, you're not gonna win. You need like some level of grid work within them. Or if you're just doing basic whips or basic liquid, right, or basic flails, like, you're not gonna win. Like, you need, I hate to say it, you need main, either finger tutting, morphing, digits, dials, king tutting. You need something. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now. Puppet has a thought, but I appreciate that. You know, I'm way less aura-y nowadays. I'm in my, oh man, I'm in some, man, I used to be super showmanship heavy back in the day. That used to be my thing. I used to be the showmanship guy. Now I'm very experimental, you know. But that's what happens when you throw 10,000 hours of just pure showmanship storytelling type of shows. It gets tiring. We need to improve, right? And I think specifically for this frame by frame Corey, yeah, you need to enter your showmanship phase, bro. And I think that'll do you some good. You know, get a vibe, create a vibe. Here's a question: if Ripple Effect were an anime character or were a superhero, like, what would they look like? Like, what would be their power? Like, that's something to think about, you know. When I started gloving, I don't know, for some reason, the thing that really captivated me the most wasn't the moves, it wasn't the technical ability, it wasn't the whips, it wasn't even musicality. It was like the pose. I don't know. To me, like, I don't know. There's something about like, you know, there's something about like this, that picture, that frame that gets like embedded in my brain, bro. That's the shit that I like, at least for me personally. And it's like, I wish more people would Or I don't know, maybe people do think that way. Maybe people do think, I don't know. When you guys, what do you guys like most about like light shows? What stands out to you guys the most when you watch light shows? Like, it's like, will you see like a cluster form and that will be like the thing that you remember, or like will you see like a specific move and that will be the thing that you remember about them? Because for me, it's the aura. For me, when I watch a show, I'm like looking at them, I'm like, holy shit, like that is him. He's him or she's her. I'd say hitting beats perfectly blows my mind. Yo! I think the first time I traded with Vex, he hit all those motherfucking beats, bro. And I was like, holy shit. And like, the thing was, he was hitting all the beats, like, not with just his hands. He was hitting it with his shoulders and his body. And like, I was like, yeah, okay, that's how you do it. Like, you don't have to hit all the beats with just your hands. Like, you have other parts that could hit it as well. It's the flow and decent amount of wow moves. Okay, yeah. Wow factor moves, the flow. Maybe, yeah, I mean, maybe that's what I'm looking at too. Like, there's something about that pose or that flow when they hit. Like, I love when, like, people hit, like, those smaller sounds and it's just like it's like a little pause. It's like, oh, pat. Like, it's like, even though it's the smallest hit, like, you knew that was there. You pay attention to those small hits as well. I see you. Ah. He is an intellectual. Not just a hit. Not just, ooga booga. Hit all the big hits. No, it's like that shit. I love that shit. Yeah, that's my shit too. Hell yeah. I think that's all. I think that's all for the that's all the submissions. That's all the submissions for today, folks. All right. How about we lab? How about we do some labby dabbies? What the hell? Holy shit. Whoa. Yeah, man, definitely don't want to show that on stream. Yep. If you already know the song as you're giving a show, that's an automatic 1,000. Agreed, bro. Agreed. This is why I play my playlist during local sessions. My playlist. Plus, I'm the one who brings the speakers. Hey, I don't cheat. It's my speakers, man. I should be able to play my playlist. It's my damn speakers. I've actually hit songs at EDM events on beat. Oh, dude, that's freaking awesome. Yeah. I mean, dude, when you're at a fest, like you get a power up, bro. You know? At least I do. I get like a massive power up. Yeah, the atmosphere, it's the vibes. Event light shows are truly... They're some of the best shows I've ever gotten. Event light shows. No comp, the straight vibe. Yeah. When will Insomniac allow our girls back in? You know, that's interesting. I swear there was an event that allowed them. Insomniac. It wasn't like a big event like EDC or something like that. I remember someone posted that on GL. Something about allowing gloves. Let me see if I can find it. Insomniac. I'm sure nobody cares. Oh yeah, dude, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. You know what is odd? So Hawaii is starting to have like way more outdoor events, and like I remember pre-COVID, there were like a lot of flow artists. And I saw a post about this on GL too, but then like yeah, I recently went to dabbing here at the water park. They had an event at the water park here in Hawaii, and I just remember like being there out on the field, and there were barely any flow artists just out there doing their thing. And it was funny because like I know that there's a fuckload of glovers at this event. There was. Who had their gloves? There was a lot of glovers. But you just don't see them out on the floor giving shows as often as before. You would just go into an event, there's a glover there, give it a show, there's a glover there, give it a show, glover there, glover there. Now it's kind of like, oh, there's a guy. Unfortunately. But I don't see a lot of like other floor artists in Hawaii events anymore. There's not a lot of, I mean, there used to be like a lot of orbiters. If I'm not mistaken, I think that Hawaii started orbiting. Was it Hawaii? I'm not sure. Local shows in Atlanta as a glover is a glover for, really? Damn, that's fucking dope, dude. Well, I'm glad. But I don't know. Maybe it's just where we are. You know, it has been a trend going up. Like, before I would go to events and I would be lucky to even catch, like, I don't know, 5 glovers just being at the event. But at the last event, I know there was, like, well over 15 glovers. Well over 15 glovers. So maybe it's just the trend is in an upward slope. I think it's because it's one of the only few floor arts you could do in those venues. Takes up no space. This is true. Glovers have the advantage of not taking that many space when it comes to flow arts, because it's like, okay, like poi, you need a lot of space. What else is there? Those the whip things. That, yeah, you need a lot of space for that as well. Orbiting, sometimes those orbiters, yeah, they need like way more space than gloving does. So like, yeah. Thanks for the chat. I'll wait to buy my next pair. In the meantime, I'll just buy some new batteries for my old lights. Absolutely, GT. Yeah, man, I'm gonna make some noise when the new lights come out. We're actually being sent those new lights this week, if I'm not mistaken. This is gonna be like our second or third time beta testing, but after that, then it's like we'll release a light. If you like, I mean, what old lights do you have? I mean, well, yeah, I understand you have to go, but anyway, if you liked like Amazing's old like controls, basically the light that Glow LEDs is gonna release is basically kind of like that, but on crack. Let's just say that. V2s? Yeah, okay, yeah. So, Glow LEDs lights is gonna be basically kind of like that, but on crack. God damn it. I'd like to manipulate the space around me. I don't want to mess up my setup. Have a great weekend, yo. Thanks for happening. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, what if I just do that? Put this box here. See, I put my camera on this box. Yo, can TikTok go into court with the American government so I can know if I can stream on TikTok again or what? Stream on both? Can I do that? Both? I could stream like at the same time. Is it possible? Yeah, I'll have to pull a double shift. Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. You have to look into how. I have to look into how to do that. When I had streamed on TikTok, it was through my my phone.
Tonight I feel alive. I haven't in a while. I've had all these tears.
Yeah, no. So TikTok's like TikTok's they had like this like the desktop version, like the TikTok studio thing. That shit was ass, bro. That shit like your views. How do I explain it? The views on the TikTok studio were really bad. I would get like 4 people in there, and then like that was like the entire stream. Where like if you were to stream on TikTok live, like on your phone, then it's like you get like hundreds. It's probably because like the studio version forces you to pick a specific topic, where on TikTok you're not forced to pick a topic, and then so it feeds your shit to like everybody. But the studio is like, okay, yeah, pick a topic. It's like, okay, yeah, dance, I guess? So just giving me to people who are looking for dance. But how the hell do you even look for that on TikTok? Like, I don't get it. It made no sense.
Can you put me back together?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think it's because I'm trying to hit the monetization on YouTube. I think I'm at like I'm at 29.90 something, so we're gonna hit that 3K. But I really want to try and hit that 4K. Well, the only reason is because I'm kind of like preparing if TikTok goes down with the whole lawsuit thing, because that shit really fucked me up. It's like, okay, like if this shit really goes down, then everyone's gonna have to migrate. So I figured maybe I'll just try YouTube for now. Make the switch when it happens? Yeah. I've kind of already committed to trying to get the hours on YouTube, because like if I could get monetized on both, then it would be better business wise, right? Yeah, I really I'm way more open to doing like double time on YouTube and TikTok though. I have done a few, but it's kind of like, man, it's a lot of work. Tell the TikTok people where to go. Oh, you mean like tell them to go to my YouTube and shit? That's actually, yeah. That's smart. I should do that. Oh, I need to be better with my time. Like, I could probably spend an hour on TikTok Live every couple days, I guess.
So why can't we just pause and press rewind when I'm not with you? Boy, you got me hoping for a redo. I know that you're
Silky, thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it, appreciate it. Just spent the time. I used to watch a dude on TikTok who would stop streaming on there, and like then everyone switches over to Twitch. Yeah. I think, yeah, maybe that would be the best option. That would definitely be the best option. You know, my whole life, I've always been a, all my eggs in one basket type of guy. And that's definitely something that I've been trying to unlearn. Maybe not unlearn is not the right word for it, but something I've been trying to improve on. Like a one-trick pony. I used to be like a one-trick pony for a lot of things. Maybe I might do that today, actually. The TikTok those? Yeah, they were nice. They were nice. I think it's just in my head, I'm just like trying to prepare for the worst. That like I kind of have to. I haven't put a lot of bandwidth in. I guess I just kind of like. I guess I just believed that TikTok was gonna get banned.
Now I know what you're all about. What you did. Do you regret? Never know. Never forget. What you're doing is wrong. You knew it all along. You forgot to mention you got your intention. You waited for so long. Now all they have is done.
Cheers. Appreciate you, bro. The lawsuit is probably gonna take years. All that 8-year-olds making decisions probably forgot about it. True. Yo, what up? Happy Friday. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Friday to you as well. Yeah, no, yeah, I was really bummed out about, I don't know anything about lawsuits or, like, laws, and I don't really know a lot about politics in general. But, like, I did hear that if the ban were to happen, it would be years, and that, like, it's like, okay, like, I could probably just go live on TikTok for, like, a couple of years. I don't know, there's always this, as a content creator, there's always this, like, oh, YouTube shiny, right? And maybe that may be part in, like, why I wanted to try as well, when TikTok still hasn't been banned. But I'm definitely leaning more towards doing, like, splitting the time between YouTube and TikTok. Because I love the chaoticness of TikTok. And since one of my goals is to basically grow gloving, I mean, obviously TikTok is probably one of the best places to do it, since you're doing it in front of so many different people, where the discoverability on YouTube is a little bit harder. Or not existent. Want to see your audience, and may as well put in the extra hours to grow both platforms. One fails and it's all good for the other platform. Yeah, that's really good advice, Parker. I really appreciate it. Because that's basically, in terms of like posting, I have been diversifying between TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube Shorts. Man, it just gets so tiring, you know? It just gets so... I mean, realistically, posting on every single platform takes, like, probably less than 10 minutes. There's just something about... so much things to post every single day, you know? Time management is definitely something that, I've been working on, though, as of this year. Hello, Philip. Hello, sick as usual. I appreciate that, yo. Just, you know, hundreds of hours of doing the same, doing the same connections. The color set's dope. Appreciate that. Yeah, there's something about like off color sets that make me more creative. If it were like all yellow, I think I would be on autopilot, but then when like I got like just random like colors and random, I literally just put random colors. Well, it was all yellow and then I put random colors. It does something to my brain. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Glove set? I'm using Easy Lights from Amazing. I still rock Easy Lights. Oh man. Out of all the crazy sets that we have nowadays, I'm using one of the most simplest lights ever created. $20 set, you know? Bro, I still have a set of those myself, dude. Bro, my opinion, best set in the world. You could lose them, you don't gotta give a fuck. I mean, well, I give a fuck now because they don't make them. It was 20 bucks. My career is sales and marketing, so it's all, oh shit, and we make posts on as many platforms as possible, and it seems to pay off. We've gotten leads from all over. In your case, that means new fans from all over. Yeah, dude, Parker, that's really freaking awesome. Yeah, I post on Instagram stories. It's like I just try to be everywhere, so it's kind of like, yeah, diversifying. I'm trying to make a full-time living off gloving, right? It's like I gotta try and be everywhere as much as I can. Love that, sir. Reminds you of the Starburst set he bought at the store, bought the bulbs and put them in dittos. What are dittos? You still use the Chrome Evolutions from predominantly you still use Chroma Evolutions. Your Instagram comments have me dying. Those people are dang. Bro, it's not even just, it's everything. It's so crazy. The comments that I get, bro, it's kind of 90. Okay. So my entire gloving career, bro, like for those first, like, for that first decade, okay? For that first decade, it was like 99.99% positive reinforcement. Okay. And then, okay, I kind of retired. I took a break for like a year, okay? And TikTok was booming, and then that's when I decided to go to TikTok. Okay. 99.99% negative comments all of a sudden. It's wild, bro. A part of me wasn't used to it. I've gotten way used to it now. But like, I don't know. Like, my first million views on TikTok was very, how do you say? It was bittersweet. Because I was like, wow, like a million views on gloving. Like, that's fucking amazing. But all the comments are haters, bro. It's like, it kind of fucked me over for like a good day or two. And then, like, I was like, wow, okay, this is what it really means when you have, like, when people say, like, if you got haters, then you're doing something right. Like, I knew what that meant before. Like, I knew what that meant before, but then, like, it never really happened to me. Until fucking TikTok. Like, People don't like seeing other people be happy. Yeah, people don't. And, you know, I legitimately think that some of these are like Russian troll farms. Like, I'm like, there's no fucking way. I'll get like hater follows. Hater follows. The same people hating on my comment on my content every single day. I had to block them. I was like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I had to block some of those people. Click on the other profile if you click on their profile if you get too offended. It'll ease your emotions. Usually, you can see why they act that way. Yeah, and then most times they're just a black profile picture, a freaking troll account. I don't know. I just think like there's no way that these people are real. Not a bad theory. I think that some of these people are troll accounts. There's no way you can be this stupid. Yeah, the comments are always crazy when you post. Someone always has to say something negative. Tell them to get off and take the hike. You making it not. Yeah, but it gets tiring when like literally 50 of the comments, you know? And that's where I'm just like, okay. Like, it's like I could make light of the situation and just farm. Or like I could let it get to me. I mean, well, it's never really... Well, maybe just a little bit. It got to me at the very beginning. It doesn't get to me now. I've gotten death threats, by the way. I've gotten death threats, bro. Like, on my Instagram and my TikTok, I'm getting death threats for gloving. Like, why playing with your hands? You should just go and kill yourself, dumbass. Or, like, I've had people, record their voices and them telling me to off myself. Like, it's pretty funny. Cause it's like I have lights on my fingers, guy. And some of the hate comments are actually genuinely funny. Or at least they're not really hate, it's more like it's more just like trolling, trying to be funny type shit. I genuinely get a good laugh. I'm gonna beat you. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Like, how can they let some dude who's yapping about lights offend them? I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I don't understand. The same, like... Yo, my pointer's about to die. Like, I don't stumble upon a cup stacking video and be like... I think cup stacking is cool, by the way, but like, when I see something like dumb... Or, I mean, I don't know. What I think is dumb, like, in my opinion, on like TikTok or Instagram, is like genuinely dumb. Like, there's some brain rot. But like, people genuinely think that like, this whole gloving shit is like brain rot. I mean, I understand though. Like, it's pretty weird. Like, you're just scrolling and you just see this Asian dude playing with like lights and you have to listen to him talk. Like, what? Like, what's a finger roll? Why is he talking so confidently about moving lights? Like, I kind of get it. It's hard for me to like put myself in their shoes and they have to think about physically like commenting on it. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't have to think and they'll just do it. Like, maybe it's just the way that I say shit. Like, I've thought about it. I was like, maybe I do genuinely sound condescending because like these people don't know that I'm actually genuinely doing classes with these people, and this is something that people actually paid for, and not just me telling them that their gloving needs work. You know, like maybe people think that, oh, why is this dude telling this person what to do? And he has lights on his fingers. There's only one hobby I hate on, and it's hobby horsing. I'm trying to get better. Hobby horsing? What's hobby horsing? Let's be honest, Puppet. We look like dweebs when we do. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, like, I'll look at a dweeb, and, like, I won't spend the energy to have to comment on the dweeb. That's the part that I don't get. Is people will have... They spend their energy looking at things that they don't like, and then, like, I mean, I don't know. That's the internet. That's the internet. The best dweebs at yup. Absolutely. They ride fake. Oh my god! I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, like, see, the thing is, I find that funny, but I'm not gonna spend my time. Why are they riding on a horse? I seen the thing though. I've had some genuinely nice people. I've had people message me though. Like I've had people messaging me like on social media saying, "Hey, don't listen to all the haters. What I think you're doing is really cool," which I think is so great that people will actually it feels weird that I'm even saying this right now. That like that you know what I mean? Like it's so weird that it's so viral that like I have to have that people are messaging that to me. It's just such a weird thing. But like I've even transitioned haters. Like there have been a couple people actually within the past week that like commented, "You know, I used to hate on this guy, but after seeing what he actually does, I think it's pretty cool now." So, like there are comments like that on my profile, and I was like, "Wow, like this feels." It feels really good that I'm like transitioning haters to actual believers. And like it's better than the nice comments, to be honest. You know, it's funny because I wouldn't call myself like a hater, but like I used to think gloving was dumb as well. Well, not dumb, but I thought it was just silly. Like my friend who out of our group, one of my friends was the first one to get into gloving, and I never really thought anything like it. I was just like, what the hell are they doing? Like, they're playing with lights on their fingers. And then, yeah, it wasn't until my first rave where I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. I got it! I get it now! Dude, you got me into this hobby. It literally made my life. Yo, seriously? My country 11 roommates. That's dope. Hell yeah. I'm happy. Yeah, let's go. Haters are really the ones who inspire us to try harder. Same. Yeah, I mean, I just had a conversation with going by Trevor Paul in my project. I did a video talking about the Las Vegas, the history of the Las Vegas gloving community, and when he started, like when he started or before he started, he had friends who did it too, and then like. He didn't like it at first. Like, how do I say this? He didn't like it at first, but then, like, he would be playing with his fingers, like, randomly. Which I think it's, like, really interesting that happens. It's like, huh, yeah, I don't really think too much. Like, you might not like something, but then, like, on your own time, you'll experiment trying it. Like, I wonder, like, what that is. Like, you know? So, yeah, okay, I see you glowing, but, like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into it. You know, you're like, at dinner by yourself, and you're just like, you know, there's that curiosity. That legit curiosity that gets you into it and then expands into, like, this whole world that you never knew existed. And my pointer's dead. That's what I call having too much pride. I'm too cool to like doing that. Yeah. I think so. But then, like, you'll try and do it, like, on the side. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna call it on YouTube. I might actually go on, head on over to TikTok in a couple, but I gotta change my batteries. Thanks to you, Parker. I'm probably gonna go on there in a little bit. Go for like an hour. I don't know. I'm gonna take what you said to heart, but appreciate you guys being here. For real, really appreciate you guys watching. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Drink some water. I say that at the end of all my TikToks. Anyway, yeah. Take care, guys. Peace.